and welcome to my organized life, where I'm trying to get my life organized. If you're new to the channel, a huge welcome and hello to you. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I seriously appreciate you. So today is payday, and you know what that means. We're going to be going through and doing up a budget for this paycheck, and I am excited and nervous. I have a good feeling that we can get through this in a timely manner, but not to jinx myself, knock on wood. So let's see. So if you're new to the channel, I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. So I bought the PDF version and I've put everything in this binder. I've kind of customized it with some online resources and some other stuff. So it just completely fits everything that I need. So we're going to flip to March. We are on this paycheck here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, with hopes that I can remember to move around where I need to. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start using a black pen for all of my actual numbers, because I find sometimes when I'm going in to grab my budgeted numbers, sometimes I grab these ones instead of the actual, so I'm hoping just keeping them all black will help. And then what I like to do is when I get the hours for my 2-week period for the paycheck that I'm going to be receiving, at that point I can estimate how much I'm going to make for that paycheck, and then I come in and make a forecast of everything that I would like to do with that money. So this is kind of like my dream, and then this will be like the actual with the actual amount that I get. And like I said, I did not get this much. We actually had a power outage on one of the days that I was working, so the rule of thumb there is if the power is off for 3 hours, everybody except one person gets sent home. One person has to stay at the store. So I did get sent home for 3 hours, and unfortunately that was 3 hours of overtime that week that I was supposed to have. So that kind of messed me up. I did make up for the 3 hours in my next paycheck, but it's not going to be overtime hours, unfortunately. So that's why this is significantly lower than what I estimated. So what I actually made was $974.38. From job number 2, I will be getting the generic $320. Okay, and then here I've got my cushion. I'm going to put my benefits here as well. And I would like to split them up. I really wish she had more space here. I would like a couple more lines for this. Not quite sure how I want to do this. Oh, and everything that I use will be linked in the description box below. Disclaimer, it will eventually be an affiliate link, hopefully, if I can figure that out. I know I say that every video, and I haven't gotten around to doing that yet, but I will get there eventually. So I'm just going to reference back to my last paycheck. See, if I'm doing a lump sum here, it gets a little bit difficult to see what was benefits, what was my cushion. So my cushion for this paycheck was $50, so this cushion will be $60. And this cushion, yes, will be $70. So I'm going to actually put that down here. So my cushion is $70. And then I also, what was it, 273, I think? Little smiley face my kiddo drew. So cute. Okay, so on this paycheck, I took out $273 between benefits and my cushion. So $273, and if my cushion was $60 from this one, then I had $213 set aside for my benefits. I need $284, so I only need $71 more. Okay, so benefits here will be the $284 at least. If I can save a little bit more on top of that, I would like to, but we'll see. So then So this will be my benefits and my cushion. So I'm going to subtract 70 plus 284. So 354. I'm going to put that in pink. Okay, and then this is my rollover, which is $489.42. Right, so now we can figure out what the income total is. So we've got $974.38 plus 320 plus $489.42 minus 354. Okay, so that is how much money we have for this paycheck. So I'm not counting my benefits and cushion. This is what I've come up with for now because if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that this has been messing me up because I'm accounting for it in my budget, but then it never gets taken out. So, and it's not like intended to get taken out. It's putting money away kind of like as a sinking fund for a future bill. But I don't really want to put it as a sinking fund because I don't want it to count in there as well. So just subtracting it from my pay and not having it in my workable budget pay has been working for me. But then when we go and close the month, it's a little bit of a pain. So we'll see this month how it goes because last month was kind of a transition month, so it was a little bit chaotic. Okay, let's go through the bills now. So land tax will be $125. I do have my fees coming out from my bank accounts. So one of my accounts fee is $3.95. The other is $11.95. Photoshop comes out on the 18th. It's usually under 31, but I just like to round up. I'll put a payment of 31 on there to cover that. I'll have a $25 minimum coming out on my MasterCard. I like to write this down here, that way I'm aware of it, but I'm not gonna put any money towards that because between paying off what comes off of the card plus the additional $50 that I put on there, that will cover that. I should have an instant ink payment come out. This actually won't be $14. This will be, I think it's like $3.99 or like $4.99. I'm just going to round this up to $5, I think. And then benefits don't get paid. This was saving. So not going to save any of that. I don't have to account for this stuff. That's just there to remind me what my cushion is and what my benefits is at. Just so I know. So I'm going to go ahead and add bills up because this is not going to change. So the bill total is only $176.90. So let's come down to my everyday envelopes here. So cab money, it is fairly warm out now. I think I'm going to keep this at the $56. I usually bump this up to $70. It gives me 2 additional cab rides. I usually work 4 days a week. So that's 8 days during the 2-week period. So I usually give myself 10 cab rides. But it's pretty warm out now, so I think I can be okay with just budgeting for the minimum. So this would be 8 cab rides throughout my 2-week period, and I don't think I would actually use all 8 of them, so I think this should be good enough. Lunch, though, I'm gonna just put this up to an even 60. Groceries, I would like to keep that at 200. Takeout, this used to be my food category, but I found myself often going into my food envelope when paying for my lunch money at the store, so I want to make this less like food, so it's going to be takeout instead. I also think that it's kind of strange that 3 of my 7 budget categories pertain to food, so you know it's important to me. Okay, miscellaneous. I'm gonna have to look at that one for a challenge. So, beauty, I'm gonna bump this up to 70. So I'm gonna roll over the 35 from my last month and add an additional 35 to equal 70. And then pet is gonna be $60. Let me just figure out what my miscellaneous is gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna bump my miscellaneous down to $50. So I'm cutting that one in half. I don't think these will change, so I'm gonna go ahead and add these up. I'm pretty confident in these. Alright, so now let's come up to sinking funds. Actually, I'm going to do what I normally do, and I usually don't remember until I get to this point, because then I'm like, oh, working on this is going to be awkward. So I'm going to take this out. I like to keep most of these the same. My March challenges, I estimated that I would be saving $100. I'm actually going to try to save $115. I did buy the Budget Moms 2021 savings challenges. I like the ones where I already know how much I'm going to be saving throughout the month, but for the savings challenges this month, it kind of depends on your budget, so I don't really know what the amount's going to be until I actually do up my budget. So let's see what that would equal. And then I already had this $60 written here for my cats, just to remind myself that I am rolling over the $60 that I didn't spend on cat food into their sinking fund. Oh, and I didn't add this 30 either. So it's actually going to be $527. This I would like to keep the same. So it would be $125. Let's go through and see if we can do this. Okay, so 14, 29.80 minus $176.90 for our bills. So this would be $1,252.90. Okay, minus 561 would equal $691.90. Minus 527 is $164.90. Minus 125 would leave me with $39.90. I would like to put that in with my benefits, I'm thinking. So let's just go here, plus $39.90. So $39.90 plus 354 equals $393.90. Okay, so that's going to change all of this. Okay, the rest of these numbers stay the same. However, well, for the most part, this one will change. We'll zoom out a little bit here. Before I go in and finalize these numbers, because My groceries number usually always changes based on the change that I have left. So I'm going to put finishing this on hold, but I am going to go in and highlight everything. So I'm just going to highlight everything in their normal colors, and then I've also got, I like to highlight what I'm pulling out with cash, what's going to be paid with debit, and what's going to be paid with savings. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of that.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight.
Okay, so now that that's all done, I'm going to go in and transfer what I need into here. Anything in brackets is left in the account, which is usually only half of my groceries, or not necessarily half, it's usually less than half of my groceries. And then when I plan on getting my nails done, I will usually leave my beauty envelope in my account as well. But for now, I'm just going to hold on to that $70 just so I know that I have it and my beauty's covered when I do need to get my nails done. I know that my groceries amount will probably change based on my change. So I'm just going to leave that blank for now.
Beside the road to smell the rose of life. Take a breath now. Don't hold it in too long, 'cause you might end up missing out on life's short little song.
Okay, the rest of this I'm going to do in green. So here I'm going to have what I already have, and then I'm going to have my cash denominations here. So 5, 10, 20, 50, and 100. So now I've got the amounts I need. I'm going to go through the money that I already have, and so this is my rollover money. I'm going to see where I'm going to put it. Okay, so I'm going to start with my bigger bills. So I'm going to try and make full amounts. So I've got $60 here. This can be for the cats. So I've already got $60. I don't need anything for them. Let's see what else. Let's put $20 towards birthdays. So I won't need anything for that. Vacation is another $20 one, so I can put $20 towards that. And then, let's see, we've got a 15 for anniversary, so let's put 15 towards that.
She's saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live. Don't let it go. Ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing.
So I'm going to put $21 towards cab money. Okay, so that gets rid of a huge chunk of change there. Okay, so we'll put $5 towards takeout, $5 towards Carbon's birthday, $5 towards holiday goals. We're going to put $7 towards the 52-week challenge. And then we'll put the last $5 towards back to school. So that uses up the majority of change aside from $2.35. Okay, so I might not have had to leave these. I probably could have filled this in. Okay, so I'm going to take half of the groceries out. So we've got a $200 budget for groceries. So I'm going to subtract, I'm going to take $100 out in cash, and then I'm going to count this $2.35 as well. So I'm going to take, so minus 102.35. So 97.65 will stay in the account. And then 102.35 will be cash. So here we can write down that we've already got the $2.35. Just going to double check that that indeed equals 200. Okay, that's good there. Already have. So this is just my cash. So for cash, I've got 150 plus 15.35. So I have $165.35. So let's add all of this up. Okay, and then this minus this number should equal a number that ends in 0 or 5. So minus 165.35 equals 900 exactly. So I want that to be in green. Okay, so I can backpedal here and fill this out. I wasn't sure if I would have to change my groceries. There was a couple times I had to, but I guess I didn't. Okay, so 974.38 plus 320 plus $489.42 minus, and that's going to be this number here now. So we're going to save an extra almost $40 for our benefits. It's $393.90. So minus $393.90 equals $1,389.90. And if we did all of this right after we subtract everything, it should equal 0. So minus $176.90 is $1,213. Minus 561, 652. Minus 527 is 125, which is exactly what we needed to cover this last little bit, which will leave us with 0. So since I zero-based budget, I want every single dollar of my income to go somewhere. So I want the end result to end in 0. All right, so now I'm going to go through and finish filling this out. So we need $56 for cab money, and we already have 21. So we need $35 more. So I'm going to go 20, 35. Lunch money, we need 60. So I'm going to pull out 3 20s for that. Groceries, we've already got the 235, so I need 100. I'm going to pull out 2 50s there. Normally I would take the highest amount because it's harder to spend higher denominations, but for lunch money we don't really like having $50 handed over in the store because we keep very limited change in our tills. So smaller denominations are better. And then for groceries, normally I would take out a $100 bill, but I've had a few times where I've literally, like the first time I've gone to the grocery store was just to grab a couple things that equal like $10, and I just feel silly giving them a $100 bill for that. So I'm going to bump that down to 50. I usually don't go overboard in groceries anyways. I only ever get what we need. So since we already have $5 here, we only need 60. So I'm going to go 50 and 60. Miscellaneous, I'm going to go $50 bill. Beauty, 50, 60, 70. Pets. I didn't think of this. I might want to keep this in the account. I don't know if I'm going to need pet food or not. I think I'll be okay. Worst case scenario, if I have to spend, I will pay in cash. I don't usually like paying in cash at the pet store, but I will if I need to. Okay, so we already have 5, so we only need 10. This we need 50. We need 60 here. We've got the full amount there. We've got 5, so we need 10. This we need the full 150, so 100, or 115, sorry, not 150. So 100, 10, 15. Same with this one. This one we need 30, and this one we need 75. So 50, 60, 70, and 5. Okay, so we need 2 $100 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 $50 bills. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 $20 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 $10 bills. And 1, 2, 3, 4 $5 bills. So this would be a total of 20. This would be a total of 90. This would be a total of 140. 450 and 200. So let's make sure. So 450 plus 200 plus 140 plus 90 plus 20 equals 900. So we're good there. And then this is probably where normal people would stop their budget because they've got everything figured out. They would fill out their little cash breakdown slip and be done with it. But I have an extra step that I have to do. So because I get paid through PayPal with my second job, sometimes I don't see that money until like Monday or Tuesday of the next week, depending on when I get around to transferring it in my account. But I have to pull money from my account today because I've got to get my cash envelopes in order because I work tomorrow and I'm going to need the money ready. So just to make sure that I'm only pulling out, I like to just do one transaction from my account. I mean, I could just pull the 900 out and leave everything else in, but I like to just do one transaction. So I like to figure out the exact amount that I can pull from my account. So what I usually do to figure this out is I find out what gets paid with my second income, which will be $320. Okay. And so to figure this out, I'm going to be looking at everything in blue. All of this in blue comes out of that account. Oh, and I forgot to actually highlight that. So that's my savings account, which it's not really savings. It's more like bills, but I just call it my savings account. I don't know why. I have an actual savings account, and that's what my land tax money goes into. But yeah. So I'm going to write down everything in blue. So we've got land tax. And that is $125. And I just put a little checkbox here, that way I can check mark it when it comes out to. I don't always, but sometimes. Oh, and see, I always do this. I messed up here. One of these, my plus fee comes out of my debit account, not my basic account. So this is actually pink. I did that last time too. I gotta pay attention to that. I just assume that most of my bills come out from this account, but they don't. Okay, so I've got my basic fee, and that's going to be $3.95. Photoshop is $31. My HP Instant Ink should be $5. And then I've just got my Walmart MasterCard, which I like to put an additional $50 on every paycheck, so about $100 extra a month. Eventually I will get it paid off. Okay, so I'm going to add all of these up. So 125 plus 395 plus 31 plus 5 plus 50. Okay, and then I'm also going to put what's staying in that account. So I've got my cushion, which is $70, and then I've got my benefits, which in total, so we've got the $284 plus the additional $39.90. So $323.90. So plus the 70 from the cushion, plus $214.95 from the bills. So we need to leave $608.85 exactly to cover all of this. Okay, usually takes me a second to remember how I need to figure this out. So we need $608.85 in there. So I have $320 that's going to be going in there. So I think if I subtract that, that should be the amount that I have to leave. So I have to leave $288.85. Because if I leave that in my account and then I get to 320, then yes, it will equal what I need. So from there, I'm going to see what's actually in that account. So right now I have $1,248.32 minus $288.85. So I should be able to move $959.47 from that account. And just to double check this, I'm going to add, so this amount would be going into my debit account, which already has $50.14. So that would bump my total up to this. If we subtract the $900 that we're going to be taking out, okay, minus the $97.65 for groceries. And then there should be $11.95 in there for my account fee coming out. So there's an extra cent in there, which is strange. I'm not going to worry over an extra cent though, so that will work out. Alright, so now I've got my cash envelope teller slip here, so I can write down the amounts that I need, and I'm going to do that in a non-erasable pen.
You've got one life to live, don't let it go.
Alright, so that is my budget figured out. I am really happy that I didn't have to go back in and rework numbers. I would much rather try to find out where to put extra money than where to take away money to make my budget work. Even though it was only $39.90, every little bit helps, and that's an extra $39.90 that I don't have to put away for my benefits next paycheck. So the nice thing about this is my benefits is fully funded for the 31st of this month. I already have the money there, so now I can start saving for the benefits for April. So I'm going to be a little bit ahead, and that is going to help so much because these are a headache, especially because I usually end up having to pay these and my phone bill, which are the two highest bills that I pay. And it goes without saying that these aren't all of our bills. The hubby pays for a lot of the other stuff. These are just the bills that I pay with my paycheck. So he kind of does his own thing, I do mine. So I pay these bills and then I work on our savings. And yeah, that is my job in our family. So that is everything for this video. If you liked this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? And if you'd like to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe and ring the notification bell if you would like to know when I upload. Yeah, other than that, that's it. Hopefully I'll see you guys in my cash envelope stuffing video following this. It should be up on Tuesday. This, I'm not sure when it will be up. I'm aiming for Saturday, but we'll see if that happens. But yes, the cash envelope stuffing video will for sure be up on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. As always, take care, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Alright guys, bye!